Bentornato to a brand new season of This Is Calcio. And tomorrow, Calcio is back. I've got a couple of guests coming on in a bit to talk about their club's recent signings in the Mercato and also their hopes for the season, where they will finish, and also their prediction for the season. The 2022-23 season of the Serie A welcomes Lecce, Cremonese and Monza to the Serie A. Lecce returns to the Serie A after 2 years by winning the Serie B last season. Monza fought a tough battle, especially in the final where they defeated Pisa 6-4 on aggregate to win the right to go to the Serie A. They have never played in the Serie A before. Now let's talk about the summer mercato, where the top 7 clubs made notable signings. Champions Milan made a few signings, including Charles de Ketelare from Club Brugge, Alessandro Ferranzi and Divock Origi, while Inter took Lukaku on loan, with Mkhitaryan and Andre Onana also joining the Nerazzurri. Napoli lost Koulibaly to Chelsea, but they have a ready replacement in Kim Min-jae. Juventus signed Gleison Bremer, Paul Pogba and Angel Di Maria. Lazio got Milan's Alessio Romagnoli and Mario Hilafuentes from Real Madrid, while Roma have arguably the signing of the season in Paulo Dybala, Gini Wijnaldum, Zeki Celik and Nemanja Matic, while Fiorentina signed Golini, Luka Jovic, Dodo and Rolando Mandragora. So we have Assarie from Juventus Club Singapore and Ras Vinder from Back Passt With Ras to talk about their summer signings and the hopes of the season. So guys, are you happy with the squad this season? Who else would you prefer to get this Mercato?
About 80%, because Pogba got injured. So and I don't know whether his injury is really serious, or they say don't need surgery now. They say only 5 weeks off, but people say that because he wants to play for the World Cup, that's why he doesn't want to go surgery. So I'm afraid if 5 weeks later he play, he might get injured again. Yeah, so that's something worrying. Yeah, Gleison Bremer is a good addition. Di Maria, of course, is a European champion with Real Madrid. Of course, is a great addition. And just said that Philip Kostic also has just joined. Yeah. But I would like, let's say, one more center midfielder to because Rabiot is going out and Arthur is going out as well, and Ramsey has gone out. Yeah. Actually, we want a left back, but looking at, I think Allegri wants to play 3-5-2, so I think Kostic is going to play left wing back. Yeah, I think that would be ideal for him.
Generally happy. I mean, I feel among fans, it's just that the timing of the transfers. Inter got everything done quite early doors, so perhaps looking at other clubs making signings now, Inter fans are getting a bit edgy and panicky and like thinking, oh, why aren't we signing more players or this and that? But I think generally it's okay. I think perhaps the bummer was not signing Dybala and Bremer, because I think those two were the ones that most Inter fans were looking forward to. I was only looking forward to signing Bremer, not Dybala. I was quite happy that we didn't sign Dybala. But it's not meant to be. So I think there's some anxiety as well among Inter fans, because we don't know whether Skriniar will stay or not. And to a certain extent as well, whether Dumfries will stay or not. And if either of them get sold, like in the case of Skriniar, if he gets sold, who else is there, to replace him, since we've not signed Bremer? And in the case of Dumfries, if he gets sold, who do we sign as well? And to replace him, and or what the alternative would be, we do not know. So there's a bit of anxiety there. So I think until the transfer window closes, there will be this anxiety amongst Inter fans. We still need another defender though, because Ranocchia has gone and we've not replaced him. So it's either we get someone from the youth team or we sign someone. I was thinking of if we sell Dumfries, then I feel maybe we should go and look for a left wing back, because I'm not sure how Robin Gosens will be and his injury record, so his physicality, whether he can stand up to the season or not. He's had a very long injury. I mean, it's a great signing to have been made by Inter in January, but the question marks are on whether he can rediscover that form. That's A, and the B is whether he can stay fit. So I would say if we sell Dumfries, probably go and get a left winger, but left wing back. But what are the options left now? I'm not too sure. I'm not too privy on we must sign this guy or must sign that guy. As long as we sign the right player for the position, I think it's fine, because it all depends on what the rumors are saying. At the moment, there's not much around Inter. It was Milinkovic was the one that's the strongest rumor, and then now probably Assarie is the one that is going to replace Ranocchia. That's another strong rumor, but beyond that, I've not heard much about anybody else. It's more outgoings now, actually. As Alexis Sanchez is left, Pinamonti is going. No, I don't think anyone else is left. I think the only thing Inter fans are most worried about is losing Skriniar. So we really hope we can keep Skriniar and breathe a sigh of relief for at least one more season. I was actually more looking forward to Inter signing Scamacca, but that didn't work out. Probably because we went after Lukaku. So that's just the unfortunate thing there.
Personally, I feel that Fiorentina would probably need a few signings more to be even more competitive in the league. They probably need a couple of central midfielders and also another left back and even another centre back, just to get extra depth, because we are probably going to play in the Europa Conference League. We have a playoff next week that will determine if we can get into the group stages or not. Where do you see your club finishing this season? And how well do you think they will do in the Champions League?
Okay, for league wise, I think top four is high chance top four. It's a must, of course, yes, but high chance is top four with their recruitment. But to be champions, maybe 50%. Yeah, because I must see how they progress throughout the season, especially the beginning part of the season. Like last season, they didn't start off well. So if we have a good start, maybe we can see that we can have the Scudetto at the end of the season. But we'll see how. Coppa Italia, I think I have a feeling, of course, we want to win everything. We have to win everything. So last season, through these controversial circumstances, but it happens in football. So it happens in football. I think we can reach the final again if the injuries and the draw is quite kind to us. If we don't meet any powerhouses in early stage on, if we reach, But back then, the 2019 season, we lost to Atalanta 3-0 in the quarterfinals. So then for Champions League, I'm hoping we'll go past through the round of 16 now to break that barrier. I don't know what's wrong with round of 16, and not say we play world-class opponents. Our opponents are Porto, Lyon, and last season was Villarreal. So so I think if we manage to break through that round of 16, maybe a semi-final, maybe.
I think in Italy we should be challenging for the top. The very least, of course, we'll finish top 4 but I'm sure we'll be challenging for the top. in the league and even in Coppa Italia, maybe get to the final or semi-final at least. I would feel we should be good enough for that. But it's gonna be a very exciting Serie A season because a lot of clubs have reinforced, they've strengthened. It's of course still not Serie A like what it used to be, but it's a lot stronger. A lot of teams have got a lot stronger. It's really reminiscent of the old days where you got the seven sisters and all seven teams were like equally strong. And this is about the same as that. So it's really, really exciting, and you really don't know what's going to happen until the first ball is kicked, and then let's see how that goes. I think Champions League, if we can get to round of 16, that's good. But then thereafter, it depends on who we draw in that round.
I think if everything goes well, I think Fiorentina might be able to get a better placement than last season. They were 7th last season. They might even get as high as 5th. Might maybe even challenge the top 4, but I don't think so. So maybe a 5th or a 6th position is probably the more realistic goal. What are your thoughts on the promotees this season? Lecce, Cremonese, and Monza.
This is I think Monza have the capabilities to stay up. Yeah, and the money, the backing from Silvio Berlusconi, and but the other two, I think, don't really fancy me much. Yeah, because from what the last 2 seasons, our Serie A mid table teams are getting stronger by every season, giving top teams a hard time. So for those promotees, so they have quite a huge gap to cover up.
I think out of the three, probably Lecce is the weakest. Sounds the weakest, but we never know, right? Until they play. But from what we've heard of the signings they've made, of course, Monza stands out because they've signed pretty established Serie A players, Italian players, and the rationale behind it is so that there's little time for the players to settle in, and they don't need to take too long to settle in, and they can get the job done, and they don't have to fight against relegation. They want to be safe as fast as possible. So that's the rationale behind signing all these Italian players from Serie A. But Cremonese, I heard yesterday, I read, I think they signed someone who was the top scorer in the Conference League last season. That seems quite interesting. So let's see how they do. And it's been a long time since we had Cremonese in Serie A, man. I'm sure you remember.
As for the promotees, I think Lecce and Cremonese might struggle a little bit in the Serie A this season. But however, I think that Monza will probably do quite well and might even be somewhere in the middle of the table with all the money they splash out on new players. It's basically just it's practically a new squad, I feel. And of course, they are bankrolled by Silvio Berlusconi, and money is not a problem for them. And I think, yeah, they will do well. They will be like Empoli last season. What's your prediction for the top 7 this season in order, as well as who's going to get relegated?
Yeah, but ultimately they reach their goal. Pizza. I yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I always thought that Fabregas would have gone to Monza and played in Serie A instead of playing Como. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I heard that. Yeah, but yeah, he should. I mean, just play top flight football one more season. Yeah, yeah. Probably. top 7. Okay, champion. Okay, champion, I put my team, of course, Juventus. Second, I put Roma. Yeah. Then the two Milan clubs. Then I put Napoli, Fiorentina. Yeah, Fiorentina. Yeah. That's number what? 6 already. Yeah, 6. Then 7 will be Napoli. Sorry, Atalanta. My number 7 team is not Atalanta, it's Lazio, sorry.
Wow, tough. I'm superstitious as well, so I don't want to name it. Okay, without order, of course, I think Inter, Milan, Juventus, not in order. Roma. Thinking Roma. Lazio. Inter, Milan, Juventus, Roma, Lazio. Lazio could also scrape into top 4. Depends on Juventus actually. I think Milan and Inter probably got the greatest consistency and stability. So they should be at least top 2, top 4 for sure. I think Roma is gonna come in there in that question. So how many have I named? 5. Lazio is 5. 6. Napoli, Fiorentina. I think Atalanta's time is up. I think they might surprise us, but we never know. But I think I think their time's up.
My top 7 prediction this season will be number 1 would probably be Milan again. They will add a second star to their badge, their 20th Scudetto. Second might be Inter. I think third might be Roma, because I think Jose Mourinho has a good squad right now, and they believe they can do anything after winning the Europa Conference League last season. Juventus will probably be 4th again, but surprise, Napoli will probably be out of the top 4. They have lost a few key players this season. They have lost Lorenzo Insigne, they have lost Dries Mertens, also lost Koulibaly, although they have replaced Koulibaly with Kim Min-jae, but I don't think they have a replacement for Lorenzo Insigne and Dries Mertens. I will probably put them in 5th, while Fiorentina will be in 6th and Lazio in 7th, because of course I want my team to better than last season, but also because Lazio have not had much activity in the transfer mercato this season. So yeah.
That was so sad. I missed the last season show. But I don't know what state would be in if you had invited me as well. But anyways, I would just have to say, I got to compliment Milan. I wish the Milan fan was here with me, so that I can tell him directly. Anyways, yeah, compliment Milan for winning the Scudetto last season, 19 all between us. Level. But I would have to say, I don't know whether Milan fans would admit it or not, but I would say we were the better team. Not throughout the season, because eventually whoever is the best throughout the season will win the league. But I think on paper, at least we were a better team. It's just we only have ourselves to blame for not winning the Scudetto. But I think what impressed me about Milan was that they lost Maignan, and that didn't deter them. They lost Kia, that didn't deter them as well. And up front, it really never really had a actual striker playing. That also didn't deter them. So I think that's huge compliments to them for managing that well. And I think the one that impressed me the most is the run in to the title, because I always felt, okay, if Inter just get in and around them, a few points just around them, I think we will win the Scudetto. I was expecting Milan to drop points because they're a young team. Stefano Pioli has got no clue on how to win the league. Has got no credentials like that. and it's a young team. So they've also have shown that, when it comes to the crunch time, they stumble. So they didn't. And I think that is huge compliments to them for doing that, to last the distance. Also, you could say fate was also in their hands. So yeah, compliments to Milan. It'll be another good battle this season.
Yeah, so for this season, what I expect is final day finish again. Hopefully, yeah, and maybe to make it more exciting, maybe instead of two teams, maybe three teams fighting for the title. And European sports will be last day as well. It makes it more exciting.
And here are the fixtures for match week 1 of the Serie A 2022-23 season. Sampdoria up against Atalanta. Milan will start their title defense against Udinese. Monza, the promotee, will be up against Torino, while Lecce, another promotee, will be up against Inter. All this on Sunday morning. And on Monday morning, we have Fiorentina up against the newly promoted team Cremonese, while Lazio will be up against Bologna. Spezia up against Empoli, while Salernitana up against Roma. Hellas Verona will meet Napoli, while Juventus will be up against Sassuolo on the last two matches of match week 1 on Tuesday morning. Thank you for watching This Is Calcio. I'll be back again next week. See you soon. Ciao.